When she's at the other side of the rite of passage, she's this new mature woman. Of course, that doesn't happen overnight, but she's going through challenges. It's unprecedented, the amount of stories that I hear of women, finishing relationships, quitting jobs, moving places, putting boundaries. There's all sorts of things that happen, and they can also be explained hormonally. This is not just complete, like, our hormones are more who we are than we'd like to think. So the absence of estrogen will change your posture in the world. And that's absolutely perfect for the new role that you need to inhabit, which I call the role of the matriarch, which is very powerful and fundamental role to keep society in check, keep our society, moving in the right direction. So what has been happening in modernity with women is when they cross the threshold, actually the whole time of perimenopause, or when she's aging, which she's going through these transformations, the world keeps telling her, imagine that the world is the village that receives you when you're being transformed and evokes from you, it should evoke from you, the qualities of this new person that you're meant to become, right? For the good of all. So the world should be saying, wow, welcome, wise woman. We would love to hear from you. What do you see? What are you seeing? What are your reflections? What's happening in whatever area she is, good at, or she works in, or even if it's not her work, if it's her life. I mean, for women, life and work are, her life and her work are very blended. Every woman that has been a mother knows that it's unending. We're always immersed in helping shape the world. You're shaping the world by shaping your children. When you do a birthday party for your kids, you're shaping the world. When you're choosing to serve your kids good food and healthy food, you're shaping the world. You're caring for their brain, you're caring for their guts. And so there's a lot of that for women blends with their lives. It's very hard to make distinctions, but for the sake of this, let's make the distinction. So if she is transformed and she comes and the world invites her into her new world of mature woman, I'd say she would really sit in this comfortably, but because it hasn't happened in this way, what happens is that the world keeps asking of us to keep young. It keeps reminding us that we're aging, which is true, no problem with aging. But what it keeps saying is, don't age. We don't want you to age. We don't want you to leave the fertility years. Please don't go. And then a woman, men as well, everybody wants to feel loved and belong. There's some human, like very basic needs of being a human. We all want to belong. We all want to feel loved. And in a tribal time, if we didn't belong or were loved and received by the tribe, we would actually starve to death. We would die because they would ostracize us and we would die. I'm saying this because it's a fundamental fear. It's not a little thought. You might not think that you're afraid, but actually in your body, if you close your eyes, you're like it's really deep. It goes really, really deep. When a woman tries to keep herself young, when a woman chooses to do Botox or to do plastic surgery or to dye her hair or to do any intervention that it is that will, I'm not saying just keep healthy, okay? That's a great thing. But I'm saying something aesthetic, specific for the need to please culture and the world as a fertile woman, not as, to get the love and the appreciation and the gaze, right? The male gaze, the male attention. Even if we don't know any of that, even if we go, I don't care. Actually, women are so habituated to that energy that once they don't have it anymore, they really feel it. So there are hundreds of stories that I've heard of women really missing, like feeling hurt about being invisible. They say, all of a sudden I feel invisible. what are they saying when they say I feel invisible? They're saying before there was something, there was a gaze, there was something watching me. Even sometimes if there was a distortion with that and it wasn't all great, you felt seen and noticed in the world, and all of a sudden you're no one, right? That you pass by the world and you don't, yeah, you feel like you're nobody, even though you are someone. You just have equated that attention, that energy coming towards you with belonging, because it has been with you for so long. And that's actually, evolutionary. There's very strong reasons why that's the case. So when women lose that, they feel grief. So to because our society hasn't replaced that with something else, with like, you're not fertile anymore, but we really value you. It's incredible how much you're valuable. And in some cultures where the matriarch is really valued, there's no menopause symptoms, or there's no hot flashes, and there's no sadness with menopause. So this is all through a lens and through a frame that for us modern women we see as normal, but actually doesn't have to be normal.